Hi, this is Julie Bronze from Performance Chiropractic in Traverse City, Michigan, and I am here with the mostly local Traverse City podcast with my friend Ashley Torchio.
Yep.
Ashley, tell me a little bit about you. Where are you from?
So I'm originally from Iowa, but I live and work and play and raise our family in Bend, Oregon.
Sweet. What brought you to that area?
It's a longer story, but my husband and I were working abroad. We had a practice in India, and we were in this place that was super desolate, very dry, hot desert. And I think we were just yearning for nature. So we got on the internet and started searching and found all these beautiful places to live. My husband was from Pennsylvania, I was from the Midwest. We decided we didn't have to be in either of those places. So we kind of fell in love with Bend over the internet. And then once we got there, we were definitely sold.
You were like, this is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how long have you lived there?
12 years now, 12 going on 13.
So I'm going to kind of take a step back. You said you were in India. What brought
Yeah.
you to India? That's interesting to me.
You know, people, like, we don't do gap years here. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just go from one thing into the next thing, into the next thing. And my husband, who wasn't my husband at the time, we had been together for 3 years. And I don't think we were ready to fully start life together. So I think it was kind of this, maybe this is our make or break moment. So we actually ended up going to India over one of our summer breaks and serving in a practice there. And we had the option to go back once we were done with school, went back and took it over. And it was like, hey, if we make it through this, we're going home, we're starting our own practice together. We're doing life together from here on out. But I think gives a little bit of a gap.
Yeah. So how long were you there?
We were there for about a year. Between Asia, we were between Thailand and Cambodia and Nepal and Laos, but we spent most of our time in India.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I really love the fact that you actually realized that you were good together, because I see that. You know.
We are good together. We know. Now it's a big step. And you're like, we're starting a business and a life and all of it. So
yeah,
just trying to be sure that's all.
So really, it was going from that arid, warm to okay, we need a little bit more greenery, nature,
yes.
a little more greenery around us. Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Our friendship. When
Yeah.
you look at our relationship,
Yeah.
it's like there's people that you meet that you become friends with very quickly, and some people where it's like, So when you look at like our relationship, would you consider our relationship an old friendship or a new friendship?
I would consider it probably like a vast friendship. As like maybe we're not in the same phase of life as far as like where our kids are at, or maybe we're not in the same phase of life as far as where business is at or faith or whatever it may be. But we have certain things where we're in the same phase of life. And to do that with someone that like wants to come together, wants to collaborate, is happy to help you out with something they've done or vice versa. You just know that if at any point I needed something in the realm that we're working in, I mean, I could call you and be like, yep, here's what I would do, or just take mine and make it your own, and here's this beautiful thing to put out into the world.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's I like that vast friendship.
I was like, I can't say it's older now.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it.
You know, some people you just meet them and you just go deep right away.
Yep.
But then there's other friendships that have been around forever, and you're just like, I really don't know anything about that person, like, really.
Exactly, yeah. And then they say something and you're like, oh, wow, all right then.
Not Hasten.
Yeah. I know you're passionate about lots of things, and you have a beautiful family. But when you think, like, first of all, do you wake up before your alarm goes off in the morning, or do you even set an alarm?
Well, I have a 5-month-old, so she actually nurses right before her internal alarm goes off, and I nurse her pretty much right before, like 10 minutes before my alarm goes off. I don't know if it's like a reverse Pavlov effect, where like the alarm goes off and then she'd wake up, but hers is like wake up, nurse, and then I think she knows mom's gonna exit bed.
Then the day starts.
Then the day starts.
Okay.
So before the alarm goes off.
All right. Good. I usually wake up before my alarm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But not because I want to. Yours is
No.
because you want to. Mine isn't because
Yeah,
of
I am kind of a morning person. I'll admit to that. But so if you didn't have this pre-alarm alarm,
Yeah.
when you're longer, what gets you up in the morning? Like, what are you excited about? What do you see that's exciting in life?
I do like mornings too, so don't think that I don't. I love mornings because it's my only time where it's really quiet in the house. And I love that quiet, and I have coffee going, and I can smell it when I'm like walking down the hallway, and it's this like moment of solitude that I get in my day before anybody else is up. I can sit, I can read, I can contemplate, and like prepare my brain and my schedule and all of it. So morning is one of my favorite things. But I think what gets me up in the morning, I just want to see people like build and do and be the best versions of themselves, and just I want to help them build up. I'd be happy to be in the background all the time. I call it the bunter. Like, I'd be happy to bunt all day long if I thought that collectively we were going to get a home run and we were going to get a win somewhere. I'd be happy to do that.
I like that. Yeah, I think that I resonate with that too, because it's like, first of all, that's what I do in the morning. It's like my quiet time to kind of gather my thoughts and get ready for the day. And again, it's like I want to see other people succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun.
It is fun.
To see.
Yeah.
When people, whatever the endeavor is,
Yeah.
that they do well like that. So you were obviously new to Bend about 12 years ago, moved there without really knowing anybody.
Yeah.
So if somebody new was to move into your community now, where would you tell them to get engaged, or what would you tell them that they should do in an effort to really become part of the community?
Make community. It's so hard because as an adult, do you think it's easy to make friends as an adult?
Well, I'm at a little different stage because you have
I know.
young kids. So with me, it's funny because I think when you have kids, one of the ways, it's like I became like, oh, I'm so-and-so's mom. And that was how we met a lot of people.
And that was your name, so-and-so's mom.
Yeah, it was like, hey, I'm so-and-so. Or, my
Julie.
husband, so we live in the community that he grew up in, and his family is pretty well known. So I would say, well, it's Traverse City, and I would say, I'm Donna Shea's wife, because I don't have his last name.
Yeah.
So I know you went just.
Yeah, I went through the same thing. It took me 14 years to change my name. So I'm like, yep.
I don't know, it's I think it is more difficult, and now that our kids are all grown, I've had to redefine, how do I engage in the community? And that's one of the things that I'm enjoying now is we're doing a lot of things through our office and through other things where we're building community.
Yeah.
Actively going out and pursuing and connecting with people.
Mine probably happened because I was thinking about, okay, when we first moved there, I was trying to go back through all the stuff that we did, but I think I was doing things that were less congruent. I think I was just trying to meet people. And so just meeting people, you were maybe, and we were younger, so you'd like go out to a bar or a restaurant and like introduce, and then you kind of get entangled, and it was less intentional.
Right.
And I think during that whole COVID era, it was so beautiful because I really got to engage and bring people into my home. And I can't host. I'm not a good host, but I'm great at hospitality. Like, anybody's welcome. Make your way into my fridge, open the cabinets, do whatever you want. Can I have? Please don't ask, just go and get. And I think doing that, it was so much more intentional of where did I want to meet people? What did I want to talk about? And so meeting somebody now, I'm like, well, I would go to church. I would go to the park with my kids at certain times of the day when I know other people would be there. I'm going to look up health groups. And then now I run a C3 group, as do you, like a community group that comes together for collaboration and business growth. And so I think you start seeking out things that resonate with you, but it wasn't like that.
No, I think you're right. I would say that that's the same for us. We've become much more intentional about who we spend time with, and because time is the one commodity that does not renew.
Yeah.
So where am I putting that time and what is important in it? So if somebody came to you, like you mentioned church, for us church is an important part too. So that's one place that you might steer people towards.
Yeah.
Do you have other places?
I mean, I meet people at the gym, but also I'm not trying to talk and hang out at the gym.
Yeah.
And then same thing, like mom groups, it starts with one. I also during that same time making friends, 'cause I think it's hard to do as an adult. It's not like if I like walked up to you and be like, want to be best friends? But like that's what my kids do. My 7-year-old's like, oh, she's my best friend. I was like, oh really, what's her name? She's like, I don't know. I'm like, cool, best friends. Like, but you know what I mean?
No preconceived notion.
No,
You know,
it's just
and no
immediately,
judgment.
we're
Yeah.
friends. There's nothing there. But with that being said, I decided that during that same phase, like in 2020, I remember I was giving a talk on raising healthy families during a pandemic. And I pretty much just, everybody that was there, I probably had like 40 women there.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I want you guys all to exchange phone numbers. And then after that, I was like, you guys are all doing the same thing that I want to do. I want to invite you all to be my friends. I'm like, here's my number. Let's call, let's text, let's engage. And a lot of times I would invite them over 1, 2, 3 at a time. And for the longest time, people were like, don't be friends with your patients, can blur the lines. But we're super congruent in our life. And so I wasn't telling anybody else what to do that I wasn't doing myself. And I was like, I'm not scared to put that out there anymore.
Right. I do think that I mean, we spend so much time at our offices that honestly, if you couldn't be friends with the people that you take care of,
I wouldn't want to go every day.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I enjoy the people that we get to take care of. It's a blessing to have it that way.
Me too.
So,
But I
yeah.
don't know what to tell somebody else. I hope you like who you work with.
Right. So, do you ever see yourself moving away from your community?
The community-wise, gosh, we have such a great community, and they have given us the lifestyle that we have wanted, and they've supported our kids and our family. And now my husband's brothers all live there, so I get to watch my kids grow up with their cousins. So at this point in life, I really don't see us leaving the area. There's other things, of course, don't love about it, but you'll get that with anywhere. So it's so hard because such a big portion of our family lives there.
Yeah, that is hard. And we lived in Seattle for 5 years and then decided to move back to where my husband grew up to be closer to at least one of our families.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, it's a big decision if you choose to move away from family.
Well, and they all moved out there because we were there.
Yeah.
So then you feel like a jerk if you're the one that's like, hey, no, everyone moved here for us, but also we're out of here. Like,
Bye.
yeah, you feel like a jerk.
We're gonna move here now, start planning.
Yeah.
We're moving, we can all order moving trucks together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, probably not. It's too amazing to have my daughter roll up with like 3, 4 of her cousins, be like, can we all have a sleepover? Like, it's pretty amazing.
That is a really special relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I was to go there to visit, what
Yes.
is a thing that you would say you cannot miss going here? Is it a restaurant, a site, or I know that's probably hard to choose because it's
so
such a
hard.
beautiful area.
It's so great. I feel
Yeah.
like you can't miss like this boat ride. You can't miss this hike. You can't miss this snowboarding path. You can't miss like there's so many cool things. You gotta float the river in downtown, like do the beer tours and go to each of the breweries. There's so much to do. There really is. Outdoor. Even I mean I'm always baffled when people move there. I'm like, I don't really like the outdoors. I'm like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
But there's awesome restaurants. So there's like great restaurants. There's a great art scene. There's so much to do. I can't even choose.
So would you say that Bend is a kind of a foodie paradise? Or more like beer and burger kind of paradise?
It's both.
Yeah.
There's something to offer. I would be like, oh, this is the foodie capital of Oregon by any means. I mean, Portland really has great food. It really does. Bend, it's the beer that brings people in.
So what's a good Bend beer?
Please don't. Anybody from Bend, I'm so sorry for saying this. I don't really drink beer
Oh dear.
because it doesn't make me feel good and I can't help it.
That's a
But taste and flavor wise, if you like beer, I think Crux beer, it's called Crux. It has a
Like the
beautiful,
shoes?
like CRUX.
Oh, okay. All
No,
right.
not Crocs. Not a Croc. No, a Crux shoe. Crux Brewery has a beautiful view. You can see the whole mountain range when you're
Oh,
just
wow.
sitting outside. Beers, a bunch of food trucks. It's just a good atmosphere, and the beer is good.
Beer is good.
It
But
is.
you just take a taste. You do,
I
personally.
mean,
Yeah.
I've had a few too many. That's why I know it's good. But it just does not agree with me.
I think that's so funny. So, a quick kind of interjection and a last question for you. So, if somebody wanted to follow up on what you're doing, I know you're starting something exciting. The Saints Academy, I think, is what you called it.
Yeah, it is.
So, if somebody wanted to kind of follow along and see what you're doing, and we'll have this in show notes too. What's a good way to get in touch with you?
You can follow me on Dr. Ashley Torchio. I'm on Instagram and Facebook. I still don't know how to use Facebook, so most of my stuff is on Instagram. I'm just being honest. And then my husband and I, we have a podcast through our office, which is called Pangea Podcast. And then we are also starting our own, but we're waiting for a big chunk of our episodes to be finished before we launch it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. But follow you, and then people will see what's happening.
Follow me, see what's happening. You get my link tree, access to a bunch of free stuff on there, challenges and guides, and there's a whole plethora of stuff on there that you can use and get into.
Awesome. So, based on what we've been talking about, I have a sense of what your answer to this question is going to be.
Okay.
But what would you say is your secret superpower? Like if you look at yourself, and it's kind of tooting your own horn and can be kind of hard, but like if you were to say, okay, this is what I am really super good at, and it brings joy to my soul, what would you say that is?
What am I super good at versus what brings joy to my soul? I don't know if they're the same thing.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, why don't you say each of them?
What I'm good at, I think I'm good at being adaptable. I can be adaptable. You could drop me in anywhere and I would find a way to survive and make it through and make the most of it. I feel like that is a superpower that a lot of people don't have.
Right.
I think people will start spinning out. I feel like I could really be anywhere. Like if you took me, kidnapped me, and just placed me somewhere, I'd be like, all right, I can figure out how to get through this and get around here. So I think about it problem solving. But I mean, what brings me joy? I already told you in the beginning. I mean, just watching people move into like their God-given abilities and their God-given talents and taking it and whatever their purpose is here, I want to help them figure out what that is and then take it to the next level with them.
I love that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for being on here.
Thank you, Julie.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.